Oh, hi. I'm so glad you joined me today. It's Tuesday. I know you were thinking in your head, what day is it? Well, I'm here to remind you it's Tuesday. And it is May the 5th. And we all know what May the 5th is. The fifth day in May. That's right. You got it right. So today, I've had a little bit of perspective. It's odd. I went to a funeral this morning, which it seems very negative, but in a way, I felt like it was a very positive thing. This person led a very positive life, so I enjoyed that, and it was just a good message. Even though I saw someone passing, I knew that life goes on, and this person had a very positive life, so I'm going to continue to do that. Yes. Let's see what Kate Core has to say. She says, it's official. I'm your first guest today. Hey, Kate. Helen says hi. Kate's on. She might have thought I said Quezon, which is, of course, in Vietnam, but I wasn't saying Quezon. I was saying Kate's on. And hopefully, I don't know if she's not listening. She doesn't care. Anyway, great to have you, Kate. I'm so happy you're here. And also with us today is she's yelling. Okay, yes, of course. I'll calm down, Kate. It's okay. It's all right. Just enjoy. I have with us today just an astounding person, an astounding individual, someone who is involved in the many trappings of OddLot, as well as the creator of Savannah Glamour, a specialty photography studio for all of your needs. I'll let her explain. But here she is, ladies and gentlemen, Megan Jones.
Hi.
Hey.
Best intro ever. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. So I'm gonna zoom in because I like this better. I like to
That's
see.
nice, actually. I like that framing.
Yeah, exactly. It's good framing. So tell me, how goes life in the house of Susie Jones?
Life is good. It's very strange. I would say for me, quarantine life is upside down, topsy-turvy, completely opposite how I was living. And for Chris, it's kind of the same. And so usually I would be out of the house 8, 10, 12 hours a day. I'd swing home to get some more work done and head to bed. And now I'm like, free time? Cool. Okay. Yeah. So it's been, for me, at first it was horrifying and I had no idea what to do with myself. But I'm kind of getting into the swing of like, okay, I don't have to get up at 8 every day. I can just kind of chill, get some work done, and then not put on pants. Sounds good.
Right. So I myself am wearing pants now. I put them on a little
earlier.
Me too.
I was worried you're going to make me like stand up or something.
No, I never make anyone stand up because I think it's important that we respect boundaries.
That's good. That's smart.
And my boundary is that it's above the waist. So that's,
I like that.
Yeah, that's an important distinction. So very, would you say it's a very creative household that you're in right now?
Absolutely. We definitely break apart and work on our own projects, and then we come back together and binge watch Community, which is now on Netflix, and break apart again. I think last night around 12 or 1 a.m., Chris was in the office writing. I was in the living room matting prints, and Sushi, Chris's daughter, was upstairs working on her sitcom she made last week.
Yeah. I saw that.
It was that not amazing?
That was pretty amazing. Yeah. The casting was superb.
She came to me this week and she's like, I need a dress. I don't own any dresses. I throw out all my dresses, but one of my characters is going to a party and needs to wear a dress. I'm like, all right, come on to the closet. We'll look through my personal collection of gowns. And so we found her a dress to wear for this character.
That's so awesome. Could you ask Sushi if we could include Sushi's link to their video in here?
I know they would want that, actually. So let's just pretend that they gave me permission and we're good to go.
Okay, I will. So I'll look that up later and put it in here. But beyond that, I know you have your own projects that you're working on. You said offline something about a gallery?
Yes. So basically, when quarantine hit, I found myself kind of spiraling and was like, what am I supposed to do with myself way? And one of my really good friends posted in one of my groups and said, my gallery is losing one of their photographers. it's they are retiring and we're looking to interview some new ones. And I'm like, oh me, please give me some purpose in life. And so I got in touch and I filled out an application and they set up an interview and it was much more professional than I expected. And so like we did this interview and I was very nervous and bubbly, and I interview well because I'm part of an improv troupe where we just have to do things.
Exactly.
And so I took some landscape photos. I interviewed. Oh, there, Chris has provided the link to Sushi.
Very nice, Chris. I really have started to consider Chris like my
behind the scenes.
Andy Richter.
Yeah, he's good for that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I interviewed for this gallery and I got in. It's Gallery 209. It's on River Street. They've been there over 40 years.
Oh, wow.
And they specifically asked for metal prints. Apparently metals are very, very popular. So I brought a couple to show you of recent landscapes that I've done.
Oh, cool.
And they're highly reflective. So you're going to just see a lot of this room.
Nice.
This one is a nighttime photo of,
reflections. Go ahead.
Like that. It's a nighttime photo of Colonial Park Cemetery entry point. And I really want to show you because basically we left the silver in so that the silver reflects like that. So you see that kind of cool feature.
Yeah.
And then I have one more here from Tybee. And
oh, crazy. What's going on there? It looks like some brick is showing through.
This is a green screen. The bricks are still up. Anyway, this is actually very blue. I wonder if I can. I don't know what's going on. It's actually a blue sky, but maybe the bricks are still up. So
yeah, I think the bricks may be a little bit too still up. I don't know.
I don't know.
Funny. So to explain, Megan was trying out some of the green screening that StreamYard will let you do right before we started. So she had brick eyes. It was really weird.
It was creepy and amazing. And I like doing it, but not during actual shows, just in the background of like, hey, let's laugh before we go live.
Oh, good. Chris Susi, right there for us. He gave us a link to Gallery 209.
Yeah. So that's the gallery. I load in this Saturday. I've been working on matting prints and taking landscapes. I'm out every sunset evening, and then we do some night photos. And I'm really excited to be part of this gallery. It's given me some focus during quarantine before I lost it because I was just like so used to moving constantly. So, I mean, I have two other businesses besides OddLot where I photograph Savannah Glamour, women's glamour portraiture, and It's Megan Jones, which focuses on elopements. And I was very proud of this number. Last year alone, I did 147 elopements.
Wow.
Right. So I didn't sleep ever. And I did 72 glamours plus 1 to 3 OddLot shows a week. Like, this is my life. And now I'm like, oh no, what if I don't want to go back to this? It's really nice to sometimes and not move constantly.
Yeah. I have to say I have, it took adjustment at first, although I have worked remotely before, just because of the nature of my job in particular. It was very hands-on in the office, but now that everyone is working remote, it's kind of, you get used to it and you almost, I think I'm going to miss it. Yeah.
Suddenly you don't want to go back to how it was. You're like, but I like this way of working.
Yeah. I'm going to think about that for a minute.
So it has been strange, but it's been nice. And I've had 1 or 2 elopements kind of during this time, like since May 1, I've had 2. And they're very strange and surreal feeling because we kind of have to stand 6 feet apart and I'm a hugger. And so I'm like, congrats, air hug, good job. And like, it's weird.
Yeah, it is. It almost feels like we need like extensions of ourselves to be able to do this in some way. I mean,
something. And like, I've been out in the city taking these landscapes, and in April, I've never seen the city so empty. No cars in the streets. Parking at my studio, which is always a pain, every single spot was open. No tourists, no people. It was just dead, and it was really cool because taking photos without a bunch of cars in the background was nice. And now I've been out in May, and our tourists are back. So it's kind of like touristed up again, and it's like, but okay, go home though. This is
I know it is a little scary. Well, I mean, if you're being cautious, as we are in our house at least, and I respect people's freedom to be who they are, but at the same time, we're going to remain cautious and take it step by step and follow the CDC, their guidelines and how they advise us to do things. And you guys are pretty much doing the same.
Yeah, we're quarantining pretty hard when we can.
Yeah. So do you get like food deliveries?
No, we have continued to go to the grocery store. We mask up, we glove up, and then bring them home safely. I haven't tried that yet, but I've heard mixed reviews. Have you tried delivering the groceries?
Yeah, we've been getting deliveries. I did go to Publix a couple of times when we started this, but then when they started to limit the amount of people going in, I was like, I don't know if I want to deal with that. And so I started doing the Instacart. I didn't do it the boycott day. That was the only day I didn't do it.
Okay.
I don't do it every day.
Are you ordering groceries every day?
Yeah, no. But I did get some today. And it was very interesting because I was sitting here and I heard Helen yelling at me. She said, "How much did you order?" I said, I ordered 8 things. That's all I ordered. I ordered like the limit that you can still get it free. So I ordered like 8 things. And she said, no, she's bringing a whole bunch of stuff. And I walk out there and it was someone else's groceries.
Oh my God.
But fortunately, she hadn't left yet. So she came back and switched.
This is our $300 worth of groceries.
Yeah, it was like somebody's $300 worth of groceries, exactly. But still, I mean, she gave us like a brown bag with all of our groceries in it. But right there on the top was some item that we didn't order, so she had to come back and get that.
I wonder how that gets mixed up. It's good somebody else didn't get your groceries.
Yeah, I think so too. I assume that it was. Hey, Kate Core's watching. Hey, Kate. I had to tell Ellen she's in a different office. I'm in the dining room office, and she's in the office. So she's official. That's
like me and Chris. I'm in the bedroom office, and he's in the office.
But like we set up these. Oh gosh, it's almost like one of those. You pay office space like a monthly office rental. I can't remember the ones. There's 2 of them downtown.
The share like studio share type offices.
Yeah. It's like I feel like that's what we've done here because we basically have 4 offices, 2 bedroom offices, 1 dining room, 1.
That's me. I've set up our dining room with a beautiful folding table for my matted prints, and I've like sanitized it all and like washed my hands because with matting prints you have to like not fingerprint anything.
Yeah.
It's somewhat meticulous, and also I'm bad at it. I've just learned.
Well, you get better.
I did. Yeah, I just started trying to mat print, so hopefully it gets better as you go. Because I'm matting about 50 for the when this gallery reopens. So we'll have matted prints and they'll have medals, which you just order and they're here, which is great.
That is great. So you take the prints and you basically, is it like a treatment that you put them on the metal, or you send it away and get the metal back with the print already on it?
So with the metal, you just order it, and they actually, the ink goes right onto the metal. Okay. So they're kind of etching it in there, and it's really, really cool. Whereas with mats, they come with the top of the mat and the bottom, and you have to use an acid-free tape, and you tape it, and you make the hinge, and then you tape your photo from the back and then the front. Yeah. I've YouTubed it. Yeah, exactly. The matted prints. And so people can buy the mats and frame them themselves because framing's a whole nother dog in that race.
Yeah. I don't want to do that. When I went to art school, I actually had one of those they're like a beveled edge razor blade where you cut the mats. And
I could never do that. The math involved to get it in the center boggled my mind. Yeah. It was so difficult. Did you hear that? My dog's like, blah.
Is the dog waking up now?
Yeah, sort of. Maybe. He just looks forlorn now.
So we have a space to do our puzzles because I know us as much as anyone else has to do puzzles.
Yep.
And our space to do puzzles is like a piece of cardboard, and then we do the puzzle on top of it. So just so we can pick it up and move it to wherever we need to. But our cat absolutely loves it.
Cats love to mess up puzzles. Here, let me see if I can do a little peek at my dog. Come here. Oh, he doesn't want it. That's okay.
Doesn't want it.
No, not a lot of room up here.
It's okay.
So how many puzzles have you done in quarantine?
Well, Well, we started a puzzle before quarantine, which is odd. We had just been to Disney and we picked up like a 1,000-piece puzzle of Space Mountain.
Okay.
And we actually framed that, huh?
I feel like puzzles are the opposite of Disney.
Yeah. It's kind of like it's coming down. You got to come down from Disney and do a puzzle. I think that's important. But we did that one, and then we did I think this is the third one that we've done since quarantine started.
That's dedication, actually. I've found myself rage quitting many a puzzle over
Rage quitting.
Yeah, we do them for Christmas. Well, I'll go home and my parents will have bought a 5,000-piece puzzle, and it seems like a good idea. And then now my sister has little kids, and it's like they want to do the puzzle, but they're like 1 and 4. So we've rage quit a few of those where the kids were like, pieces are gone now. Oh, this dog's like, hello. Chris, Susie, if you're watching, please come get the dog. Okay, great.
Go get the dog, Chris, Susie.
The dog is now trapped in here with me, which he didn't expect, and he was not happy about that.
He's getting anxious.
Yeah.
Anxiety. So any home improvement projects?
This is something I'm very proud of, and Chris is not. Oh, Chris is on it. Thank you, Chris.
Nice.
We have cleaned every pile of anything in this house. We have rediscovered rooms and closets, and it is amazing.
Oh, I heard him.
The dog's deaf, so it's harder to get him to do things now.
Oh yeah.
Oh, go. Okay. So we have this office that had just become the refuse room where we just put things and forgot about them, and so we cleaned the whole closet. And now when Chris meets with you, he's not the whole closet, the whole office. And when Chris meets with you, he's in this beautiful office we've reclaimed, and it's amazing. We have a place for all of his weapons. They all go together as opposed to in couch cushions, and it's really good.
That is good.
We do.
Although it's also handy to have the weapon in the couch cushion, just in case the zombies attack, I guess.
It's debatable. Let's be honest here.
Yeah.
And we've been doing these live OddLot shows too.
Yeah.
Have been I didn't want to do it, I'll be honest. I was like, no thanks, that sounds horrible. And Chris was finally like, get on the computer and do the show. And it was not as bad as I thought. It's strange to go from an audience that laughs at things to us just kind of giggling at each other's jokes. And it was like, this is very strange, but in the end we were laughing so hard at each other, it's not the worst thing. And people showed up, and it's just like this where they can comment, and we can put them on the screen, and so it's super fun. So
yeah, I've enjoyed the ones that I've been to. It's definitely different, but it's a lot of fun, and
people get more say. I think when you're hosting a show, which I do with OddLot, you say, I need a suggestion for a place. And people it's like the loudest shouter gets the suggestion. Not the most clever, not the best scene maker. Whoever's loudest, you go I heard that person great. But with this kind of format, people can have more say, and we'll wait for them to start commenting, and then we choose the one that would make the best scene, or that we like the best, or that makes us laugh. And so I think it's kind of a cool platform in that way. If you're a more shy person, you can get online and you can type your comments and then get the scene made based on that.
Yeah, I almost see like a hybrid of the two, where you actually go back to the theater, but then you have everybody sit in their seats typing it in.
I think we might tiptoe towards that, because I have a feeling when we are allowed to go back in public, there will not be theaters right off the bat because of social distancing. And so we might perform in small groups on our stage and set up the camera here and have somebody reading comments there. And so that might be a thing that we tiptoe towards.
Yeah, I think so.
And people can still comment and give their suggestions, and we'll have Chris in the back on the computer reading what's going on.
Yeah, I think that's a cool idea. So what? I'm going to think about how to phrase this.
Okay.
You live with the Susies.
Yes.
What is the best thing about that?
Well, they're up for anything. There was a meteor shower 2 nights ago at 4 a.m. and I was like, you want to go to the beach? And they were both like, yes, please. Yes, please. So 4 a.m. we headed to the beach to see this meteor shower. We saw exactly 0 meteors, none. We didn't stay long enough for the moon to set, I guess, or whatever it takes, but they're up for anything. Like, you want to go on an adventure, like a socially distant but with us adventure, and they're like, yes, let's go. And so they're adventuresome people, as long as it's not too hot out, generally.
Yeah, heat is always a detractor for me as well. I started this shed project.
Well,
yeah, so my shed was deteriorating. It was falling apart. A lot of mold and moisture and whatever. And I've been slowly rebuilding it. And yesterday it was way too hot. I think I didn't get as much done as I wanted to.
Yeah.
And I sweat a lot more than I ever sweat.
Yeah, yesterday I was aware it was hot. We stayed inside for the most part yesterday. I'm not ready for the heat. I work outside, and so when it's that hot, I have found that you can work outside. I'm like outside for an hour or 2.5. And when you get home from that, the only thing to do is eat a big meal, take a shower, and go to sleep in that order. Like, you can't, it's 6 p.m. and I'm in bed, like, I can't do this. Forget it.
Yeah, you don't ever do that before you go outside. You don't have a big meal and take a shower.
No big meal.
No. Oh, it's lunchtime. I've just been told by the closing of the door that it's lunchtime.
At 1:37. Not bad. Not bad.
No, not bad. Not bad. So I think I saw you going out on your last wedding shoot right before quarantine.
Mm-hmm.
We were walking into my daughter's voice lesson on Barnard, and I saw you going by
on the pedicabs.
Yes.
Yes. We call that the pedicab adventure or the adventure hour. But basically, it's my favorite way to do an elopement. We start with the ceremony. It's usually just the couple and the officiant and me. And so they'll get married. We'll do a few pictures around there, and then they get either an hour or 90 minutes on their own pedicab, and I'm on a pedicab with my equipment, and we just travel around the squares.
That's
and
fun.
It's super fun. We use Royal Bike Taxi, and those dudes know all my favorite spots. So they're like, you want to just go here, Megan? You want to go here, Megan? What about this one? I'm like, great, let's do it. And so they just kind of chauffeur us on bikes around town, and it is super fun.
That sounds cool. Wow. And how many of your elopements end up going that way?
I'd say about 20%, but it's on the rise now. When people see what we're doing and see more photos, they're like, wait, I want to do that. Because we had people at first who were like, I don't want to bike on my wedding day. And we're like, you're not biking, you're like on the bike. It's like a thing. And they're like, what? And so now we've got more pictures of what it is. And they're like, okay, can I bring a sign that doesn't say Levi Jewelers on the back of the bike? We're like, yeah. You can put a sign on it that says, that you got married. And we have an ad. Tracy, my wedding officiant, who I do most of my weddings with, from Savannah Custom Weddings and Elopements, she has one of the wraps on the bikes that says her ad on it, basically.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so it's a cute bike, and so they'll go on that bike, and I'll get the shoddy bike with my equipment, and we're bouncing around.
Fun. So let me think. And
it's cool because I know people now. Like, I feel like I've attained some small town fame, and so as we're biking around, people will see us who know me, and they're like, Megan, and my couple's like, you're famous. I'm like, yes, I am. Thank you. But the worst one we had was my friend Jason Ahrens, who is on OddLot, and he does the Segway tours where they have to use orange vests and helmets that look weird. I had a couple from, I think, Miami. And so Jason, on his Segway, orange vest, was like, hey, Megan. I'm like, hey. And we went past. And when we stopped, the couple was like, who is that homeless man? Said,
on a Segway?
What? And they're like, he was in the vest, the homeless man. I'm like, that was a Segway tour. And turns out, in Miami or Florida, where they're from, they make the homeless people wear orange safety vests.
Oh, I see.
And so
they ride around on Segways.
Yeah, well, yeah, of course. All the homeless have Segways in Florida. That's a Florida trope. But all they saw was the vest, not the Segway, and they thought he was homeless. And I'm like, this is very strange.
Yeah.
He was on a Segway.
Yeah, I saw Jason Ahrens. He was crossing Whitaker towards Starland. I think he was coming from Starland. My daughter was driving the car, and she was this close to running him over. So I just want to send out an apology right now, an instant apology to Jason Ahrens. My daughter did not mean to almost run you over. And she didn't know it was you.
Yeah, you're like, sorry, Jason, as you zip by, going too fast.
Yeah. I'm not really sure if he knew it was us or not. I think now he's probably going to go back and think about it.
I feel like, oh, okay. I imagine he gets close to being run over a lot, being on a Segway specifically.
Yeah, but this was just walking.
That's bad. That's not great.
It's pretty bad. So my daughter is 16. She just turned 16. She just got a certificate from the government that says that she can drive.
Yeah. I've heard about that, where you can just get your license now too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we still don't let her.
No, Sushi is still learning to drive. She's 17 now. And I went on the first, for me, driving experience with them driving, and it was not terrifying.
Oh, good.
Right. And so when we found out that they could get a license, I'm like, no, not yet. Give a few more months, we're okay.
Well, don't say anything to Sushi about Molly getting hers done.
No.
And she will not. Sushi will not watch this.
No, they're not on Facebook, so we're okay.
I wouldn't think. I wouldn't think Sushi would, because this is
a good descriptor of who I am as a person. I got my driver's license 4 days after I turned 16, and that's all I need to say for you to know who I am as a person. Like that's who I am.
That is an excellent descriptor of you.
And I definitely hit the curb on the way out with my shiny new license. I smacked the curb, and my mom was like face palming so hard. And I'm a twin, and so it's always been somewhat competitive. And my twin sister got her license a year and a half later.
Wow.
Yeah, she's like, can you drive me places? I'm like, I'd be happy to.
Oh, wow. That's so nice of you.
Yeah, I mean, I had the power of the license. And even after she got her license, she was like, can you please come with me? I'm very scared. I'm like, yes, of course.
So let me ask you this. You mentioned your gallery is starting this weekend, correct?
Yeah, I don't think the gallery is opening quite yet. I have a feeling it'll either be later in May or in June when things are different.
Okay. But you'll have all your stuff there anyway. So if you want to walk by the window maybe and look.
Maybe peek in. I am working on a website. It's a work in progress website, but if people want to see the work, they can go to the website. It's www.thesavannahsquares.com.
www.thesavannah. Maybe I can type that in real quick.
I feel like it's somewhat memorable.
Yeah.
That domain a few years ago and held it for a while.
Nice. We'll put it in here, and then when it's up, they can. Oh, that's not it. I wrote the Savannah Squirrels.
It's that's a different site, different interests for sure.
Squirrelenthusiasts.com is that it? Did I get it right?
Yeah, that looks right.
Okay, we'll put that there then. Hey, folks. Oh, wait, that's the wrong one. Oh, that's better. Oh, and then, okay, Chris comes in at the last one. It's the www, because that's very important.
So it's up and working. You can buy prints from it now. I've got just a couple more things to do on it, but if you want to check out the work, they absolutely can.
Sweet.
Yeah.
And OddLot is doing some great stuff.
Yeah, we have live shows most Fridays and every Monday. If people are bored or at home, it's family friendly. It's something to do, honestly, and they can interact, which is so nice.
Yeah, because people have some great comments that they post. I like reading the comments.
Me too. The comments are so fun. People get things stuck in their head. We had a woman last night at the show who couldn't stop suggesting things to do with potatoes. Specifically, very specific. And we're like,
maybe they were looking for a recipe. Maybe they had a lot of potatoes.
Very focused on potatoes in a lot of strange ways. So people can just obsess about their thing. We have a young woman who comes on and she's very obsessed with Harry Potter and all things Harry Potter. And her mother came on and was like, stop this now. Stop it. It's this whole interactive world in the comments of those videos, of course.
Yeah, you get some regular fans that contribute the same thing over and over again. That's nice.
Yeah. And I feel like we haven't talked a lot about Savannah Glamour. Can I talk about that for a second?
Yes, please. Let's do that.
So Savannah Glamour is a portrait studio I started in 2017, and I like to call it my dream business. It was the thing that I wanted to do more than anything. And so I finally, slowly and surely, got it launched January 2017. And though we have slowed down shooting at this time, we've kind of stopped since March, I have a very active Facebook VIP group, which I hate to tell you about because it is women only. I know. It's because I shoot boudoir, and so there's a lot of butts in that group.
Okay.
It's true. So
I'm not adverse to butts. I mean,
I think they are adverse to you seeing their butts. I got it. And that's the problem. Men are not adverse to butts. So we have
not at all. Not for the most part, anyway.
And so, but it's been something that's kept me kind of focused. We had Chris that's the Savannah Glamour website. So
yes.
Basically, it's glamour, pinup, and boudoir are the 3 genres I shoot. And within that, we've done family glamour and mother-daughter shoots and things like that. But the thing I shoot most is definitely boudoir. People love that genre. It's very specific. But I have this glamour closet that has over 200 gowns. I've collapsed the closet twice because 200 gowns is very heavy, probably over a ton. And so we just got it fixed up again. But it is like my pride and joy. I wish I had a picture of this closet to show you.
The thing that I like about this is, in fact, the wings.
Oh, the wings. Magical. So we have the soft pink wings, which I got from a retailer for $1 bajillion. And I wore for my own birthday shoot in February when I badgered Chris into taking my photos in these wings. And I have local maker friends who were like, can we see the wings? And then we can make these wings. And they made me a red pair. Do you have a picture you're gonna pull up?
Yeah, I'm gonna pull up the website because I think it's on the. I'm gonna look for one. Yeah,
it's on my Facebook profile too. My birthday photos as well.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I saw.
If you want a quick link to that.
Glamour. I'm gonna do the pinups. Let's see if I can find a good one here.
There's something just fantastical about putting on 5-foot Victoria's Secret ostrich feather angel wings and going around the city. Every time we've used them, women and children have stopped to be like, can I take a picture? What are you doing? What's going on? This is amazing. It's very magical.
Megan. I'm just saying your name.
That's true. I'm looking for my
spelling it M-A-G-A. Okay, here it is. Got it right here.
I was mostly purplish letters. M-E-G-A-N.
There you go. Okay, we'll share this. This is nice. Yeah. Woo! There we go. Gorgeous.
So on my birthday, I didn't plan to take these photos, but as the day went on, I'm like, I really want to make this happen. So I went to my friend and darling makeup artist, Joanna, and I was like, can you please do my hair and makeup? And she said, yes, of course. And then I actually had a physical trainer that day, so I went looking very glamorous to the Y and worked out, and then headed to the studio with Chris and put on this dress. If you can see, I'm wearing probably 8-foot tall pink heels and the wings, and went out for a shoot. And my favorite part was my studio is located on Bay Street and like Price, and we walked to Reynolds Square. And I was like, Chris, I'd like to do a photo here in Reynolds. And he's like, okay, I'll drive us over. I'm like, I want to walk. And he said, why? And I'm like, I don't know if I can describe the sensation when people stop in the street to stare at you, but I want that. It's my birthday, we're walking. And so in these crazy heels and the wings and the dress, we walked probably 2 blocks, and people honked, people stopped, men stared, and it was all I wanted in life. Children were like, are you a princess angel? I'm like, yes, I am. And it was amazing. And just at the tail end, it kind of started to rain, and so I popped off them heels and we ran back to the studio.
Nice. Well, that is I almost want to wear those wings. Can you fly? Is it flight possible with these wings?
They're only about 4 pounds, so probably.
Yeah, I think so.
If you click out of this and onto the regular Facebook one, I think there's 2 photos there as well. But these wings are super popular. They are, just my regular Facebook profile on the left there.
Oh, okay. Seeing all kinds of things now. Oh, right over here?
No, because you're on the cover photo. Go to the profile picture.
Profile picture. Here we go.
So there's this one too, and those are the trees that I wanted for this photo. And then if you go one to the right, I think.
One to my right, yes. The
portrait in the wings.
Yeah, very nice.
So the wings have been very popular in the studio. A couple people laugh and they're like, "What?" But for the most part, everyone's like, "My gosh, I need to do this. This is incredible." And they are. The wings are crazy cool.
They are crazy cool. Now you said they're Victoria's Secret wings?
So they're not, but people have described them as such. You ever see the catwalk when the Victoria's Secret, they've got wings?
Oh, sure. The broadcast they do every year. Yeah.
So that's my descriptive word for what they are. Victoria's Secret style angel wings, but they're 5 foot tall. They're ostrich feathers. I have a good friend who is under 5 foot, and she's like, "I can't believe I won't get to wear them." And like the bottom actually bends, like they're not stiff, and so yeah, it'll be like a train of feathers. It'll be amazing. Let's do it.
Yeah. So Molly over here, this one, there she is. She's a bit older now than in that picture.
A little.
But she does the the Enchant My Party.
Yes, I've heard of them.
Yeah. So she had a similar experience this past December. They did a performance in City Market where she was her friend. She has a friend who is Anna. You know Anna. And then also her other friend, Elsa, were there. Okay. And then I had the privilege of walking back to my car with both Anna and Elsa.
Amazing.
And it was very similar to what you experienced.
You weren't there as like King Trident or something?
No. And I love how everyone always says King Trident.
That's the role. That was your role. A role of a lifetime, truly.
Yes, it was truly awe-inspiring, but I do have to correct you. It's actually Triton. King yeah, he held a trident, but it's King Trident.
I had no idea.
Yeah. I would want to be King Trident because that's like one of my favorite gums.
Trident gum. So do a lot of people make this mistake? Because I'm
yes.
Okay.
It's so often. So don't feel.
I haven't seen The Little Mermaid since I was like 8 or 6 or something.
Well, now's the time.
Is it on Disney Plus?
I think so.
See, watching Disney movies was my editing task. Like when I edited, I'd put on a Disney movie. The specific ones I love to watch was Tangled and Moana because the songs are the best. And I'll fight you on this point. But I haven't really been editing, I guess, because I haven't really been shooting. Landscape's kind of good to go. You don't have to touch up the bags under the eyes of a landscape. So, Triton. Chris knew it. Of course, he knew it was Triton.
Yes, of course he did.
Mm-hmm.
It is on, and he says it is on Disney Plus. So now's the time.
I guess we know what we're gonna do the rest of today. We're gonna watch this and make it happen.
Make that, and then Beauty and the Beast, of course, the old version, not the new version. It's just not the same.
Yeah. Now, I think that the new one was just miscast a little bit.
Yeah.
So. I'm not here to judge Disney remakes, though.
No. We can bring Chris and Thomas, and we can judge Star Wars remakes or Star Wars.
They can do it for sure. Although, you know what we tried to watch the other night? We put on Alien because it's a classic, amazing movie. Of course, we put it on at like 2 a.m. and the first 40 minutes of that movie are slow. So yes, we all fell asleep, and we had to turn it off and go to bed because it was late and it was slow. And I'm like, there comes a point, it goes nuts, but we couldn't make it to that point.
Yeah, there was a time when people made films when they had to, they would pull it out as far as they could.
You had to have some patience to make it through it, and it's worth it. The payoff is there. We just didn't make it.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. I can't tell you how many times on the Odd Lot stage we've done that thing where somebody puts a hand up their shirt and just where that bit is done probably 3 to 5 times a year.
That's awesome. Yeah, I that needs to happen on Friday now. It has to happen.
I will make it so. We're gonna make it. And in fact, you need to tune in and make that comment to make sure it can happen. Like
I'm going to do it.
In your face.
It's going to happen. It has been done. It has already happened in my mind.
Okay, perfect. I look forward to that. I'm probably in Friday night's show, so it'll be good.
There you go. So perfect. So watch Odd Lot this Friday at 7:30.
7:30 on Facebook fan page, Odd Lot Improv.
Perfect. And how long is the show usually?
A little under an hour, often.
A little under an hour. Great.
Very specific amount of time.
If there's something else you want to schedule at the same time, I think people are like starting to build like a a schedule of what they're going to watch Facebook Live now,
I
which
think
is kind of
so.
weird.
I think so. Well, there's something to do. And what we've been doing is we've been scheduling Jackbox parties. Have you heard of this?
Yes.
Oh, it's so good. There's a way you can attach the Jackbox to Zoom where it's one of the screens and you can play with people. And so we set this up and we can watch each other and we can play Jackbox on our phones and kind of feel like we're in a little Jackbox party.
Is Jackbox available? What format is that available?
It's on the PS4 and that other one, 360, Xbox. I know video games and TVs.
Yes, you do.
I was never the one to be tested. Like video games, I didn't know how to work.
Oh, it's on Steam as well.
Steam, okay. But you can kind of get together with your friends and play Jackbox, and it's really nice. It was one of my favorite pre-pandemic things. Starling, yeah, I got everything. So, but you can play. You can Zoom with your friends and play with them, and it's really nice.
Yeah, $29.99 and well worth it, you say?
Oh my gosh, yes. If you like video games and you like board games and you like hanging out with your friends, you can mash them all into one and just play a night of Jackbox.
Yes, Chris Susi says Jackbox is everything. Is on everything. Yeah.
It is everything, and it's on everything.
And Starland Media, who is also watching, says
Hi.
Hi, Starland. Nice to see you.
Jawful's really good. We like Quiplash, and we like, there's like a horror trivia game thing we really like. Not all the games are pristine prime, but the ones that are super fun.
I think I'm going to have to schedule one of these shows to just play Jackbox.
Yes, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to do that. I'm going to do that next week. It's going to be next week now. I don't have a schedule at all for next week, so that's going to be the first thing that I do.
And it works best with like 6 to 8 people playing, and then you've got a party.
Yeah,
I want to be there. Invite me.
Okay.
And I promise to keep my jokes family friendly because there's nothing to not do so. But we'll keep it on the up and up for the live.
Awesome. Well, Megan, this has been so much fun. I didn't know what to expect, and I've enjoyed every single second of it. Second, I can't say the word second.
It's weird to trip at the finish line, Chris.
It really is. But that's often what I do.
You having me, though, and letting me talk about myself, my favorite subject. This has been super fun.
Yeah. Yes, it has been. It's certainly been. And I'm glad that I finally have my Andy Richter. I've been waiting to find him, and there he is.
Perfect.
Yeah. All right, Megan, I'll give you the rest of your day back, although, you don't need it.
I don't really. This has been the highlight, truly. The rest of it's mostly just matting prints and watching The Little Mermaid.
Exactly. Get to it. And you have a mermaid tail, don't you?
So I don't own that tail, but for my 30th birthday, I had a photo shoot in what was basically a $2,000 tail.
Wow.
Yes. In fact, I wore 2 different tails. Well, if we're going to talk about this, now you have to pull up those pictures.
Okay, I've got to pull that up because I brought it up.
Basically, I wanted to be a mermaid for my birthday, and so what we started a year beforehand lightening my hair to dye it blue. And so when I got in touch with the photographer of choice, he's like, just wear a wig. I'm like, I don't think you understand. There's a whole plan. When I turn 30, I will have blue hair, and I will have an incredible mermaid experience photo shoot. And she's like, all right, whatever. So me and Chris we drove to Florida, and we had this photo shoot done. And then we drove to Jacksonville and flew to Vegas for a week because I don't half butt birthdays.
Right.
So that's actually my hair, and it's actually blue, and that's actually a tail that I got to wear and not keep. And that is almost actually my waistline. It's very close to what it might be.
Awesome. All right, well, now this is the perfect time for me to let you go and watch The Little Mermaid.
Thank you.
And be part of her world.
You have a good one, Chris. Thank you.
You too. Thank you so much, Megan. Wow, that was amazing. I didn't know we were gonna look at mermaids and angels, but who cannot look at mermaids and angels and smile? And Megan, thank you for bringing a smile to my day. I hope it brought a smile to everyone else's day. We're here with you through this whole thing. I know things are starting to open back up, and that's definitely a positive sign. But at the same time, remain cautious as much as you can. if you believe that you should, then do remain cautious. Wear your masks, wash your hands, stay apart from one another as much as you can while still enjoying one another's company. I think that's very important. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us today. Tomorrow we have Mr. Chris Stanley. So that should be a very interesting show. We will talk about all kinds of things, musical and otherwise, stagecraft. I don't know. Enjoy your day.